Hi everyone, we just got some huge update for last Epoch. So if you remember that game that came out last year, we've been waiting for, I think, 8 months now for the next cycle to drop, and we finally got a new trailer and it actually looks really hype. So they've added a lot of really cool stuff here. I'll link this down in the description for you to check out as well. We don't have all the details just yet. It's still a month out. It starts on the 2nd of April. But there's a lot of really cool stuff in this patch from the looks of it at least. And this trailer actually is getting a lot of love here, as you can see as well. And there's also this website here where they show a few things on the trailer in some detail, but as I said, not really that much, but I'm trying to break it down here the best I can. So the main thing here is that it's actually new content coming here. This is called the Tombs of the Erased, and they're actually updating the monolith system, which is like the main endgame system in the game, which traditionally has been relatively bland, and it seems like now you can actually customize those echoes they're called, and maybe like change them to other echoes, and you can kind of customize the experience a little bit more. Now I don't know the details. I have not tried the like beta or early access or anything like that, so we'll have to wait and see until they reveal more, but it definitely looks like something of a much needed change. Also tons of new content here with bosses. There's like a few sneak peeks from probably monolith bosses, maybe echo bosses, maybe these woven bosses or whatever. Sentinel rework, so this is also a long requested thing. This was kind of like a crappy class with most builds as far as I'm aware, besides like a few kind of like Spin to Win, Void Knight stuff and so on that was kind of decent, and some of the Hammered in stuff, but it was overall kind of an outdated class. So they're reworking that. Lots of new items and affixes as well. So this looks like some kind of alternative to Exalted gear, the way this looks like. So you get like special new affixes that have a different color here that you can probably only get from this new type of content. Looks like maybe they can also become Exalted, but at least here in this preview, there's none of those. So you might have to choose between either having Exalted gear or this or Legendary gear. So it seems kind of like a side grade more than anything, but maybe with some really interesting outcomes, because these stats are more complicated than typical. So there's always some kind of like special stat or some special proc or these kind of things involved here. If you look at these lines that sometimes only appear on like unique items or something like that. So that's kind of interesting. There's also this here. So apparently you will be able to reroll the legendary potential on items with a sacrifice. So there's like this woven offering you can do, and you can put in like 2 items, and like one gets sacrificed and then the other one gets like either up or down on legendary potential. So this might be a really good way to make insanely OP items. I guess there's still some waiting depending on how easy it is to get legendary potential on the target item basically. But it's definitely sounds like a fun way to actually use the leftovers that you have and potentially try to make something out of this. So at least as an SSF player like myself, I usually play Circle of Fortune. This is really cool, so I'm looking forward to that. So just kind of pick up those items or use your failed legendary crafts, for example, and then try to do something else with it. Also some new endgame crafting stuff. This is kind of cool. Maybe there's more of them, but they've shown these 3 here: Rune of Weaving, Rune of Havoc, and Rune of Redemption. So this also looks really fun. Like you can, for example, upgrade a Weaver's Will item without actually using it. You can just use the rune and kind of like roll it directly without having to equip a crappy item and then hoping for the best. So you can kind of see the outcome and fast forward it. The Rune of Havoc and Rune of Redemption are kind of interesting. So they're kind of like a more YOLO type scenario. Havoc maybe a bit less so. There's a bit of strategy involved here, but effectively it allows you to use exalted items that have the wrong exalted stat, and then either convert that exalted to another stat at random with a redemption, or reroll the tiers of the items. So if it has like a 1 tier 7 mod, then you can change that tier 7 to one of the other stats it has, and potentially then craft away that stat that was not actually what you wanted as a tier 7, for example. So you can actually like make really fine-tuned filters with this, and then use a Rune of Havoc as the ultimate crafting item basically, to then change the tiers around and then get the tier 7 mod on exactly the thing you want potentially. So it sounds really interesting with a lot of strategy involved now, and it seems like the crafting system overall is getting extended a little bit and a bit more interesting. And it's already really good anyway. So really cool upgrades here. Also lots of unique items. I can't really break them all down right now, But there is one interesting little thing here, which is that they have these cocooned items that we can see. So this is probably something you get from these weaver and woven like monoliths and stuff like that. And they have probably random random stats or random attributes or something like that, because it says that it reveals by attempting to equip. So this could be a little bit like the Weaver's Wool items, where, you know, there's like a random range of stats, and then maybe there's like some special stats that can roll off them or something that are, you know, woven item specific. But yeah, it looks like there is, you know, one for every type, basically, kind of one chest piece, one quiver, one mace, and so on. And maybe you can get some really cool stuff there. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. And yeah, another big thing here, mastery respec. So a lot of people have been waiting for that, especially if maybe you try something out for your first build, it doesn't really work. You want to go to max roll, check out the bets and slot guide. Well, there you go. Now you can actually change that without making a new character. And there's also this set crafting thing here. So I have no idea how this works. Supposedly you can put set bonuses on other items or something like that. So you get some kind of like extracted set shards, and then it drops out there. And then you can do something with that. But this remains to be seen. Also, inventory tops are coming. So we have this here, for example, for keys. So now we have, like, for example, the arena keys, the dungeon keys. And there's something really exciting here that you're going to see in a second, which is that you can now go to the dungeons and get to the boss directly. So we have this here, the portal charm. A lot of people didn't like running through the dungeon. It was kind of just a chore. And well, now you can find these things. I'm not sure where, but this makes going for like legendary potential, for example, in the Sanctum dungeon, much more convenient, basically. So you can just go directly to the end, blast down the boss, and get your thing. Also, WSD is coming, so we have this here. They didn't really say anything, but it seems like we can try it out in this patch as well, so that's really cool. I was really hoping for this. In the past, I had actually said that they don't want to do this, like, intentionally, but it seems like, you know, PoE2 has it, D4 has it. It's kind of like a thing in ARPGs now, and they are following the trend, so that's very nice. Eberov sounds like might become easier. This is like the ultimate pinnacle boss right now, but there's an Uber version of it now, so that sounds like something for me. So get ready for the world first race, guys. And yeah, this is pretty much the rundown on this patch from what we know so far. Of course, there's going to be more revealed soon, and there's going to be patch notes at some point and so on. And personally, I'm definitely looking forward to blasting it. I've been waiting for last Epoch. I've been, you know, kind of like hoping they would come out of something big here, and it looks like they did. And not just that, there's actually some more things also for people that want to support the developers. For example, they are making a skill MTX as well. I'm not sure if this is actually listed here, but there is going to be like Twitch drops and you know, new stuff that you can get here in the shop as well. So yeah, for example, we see this here. So when the new cycle launches on the 2nd of April, if you watch for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and so on, you get a bunch of stuff. And they're finally making skill microtransactions as well, that you can get some of them for free. So this is here. You can check this out. And there's also going to be like a supporter creator program here, similar to what we had, I guess, with D4 and PoE2 launch, for example. If you subscribe or give the sub, then you can also get another thing here, the Crowded Maelstrom. So it seems like they've been really upping the game here, and I'm looking forward to see how this will be when the actual patch comes out, but it looks really hype. So just want to get this out here really quick as an update. I'm going to keep you guys posted with anything else that comes out regarding last Epoch. Right now, I'm mostly in PoE2 mode because we have the races coming. We have also, ahead of the last Epoch launch, the PoE2 launch, most likely. I expect it's going to be something like 12 days or so before. So yeah, something like 21st of March or so is what I expect to be the PoE2 patch, and then 2nd of April, the last Epoch patch. But PoE2 is not confirmed yet, so we have to wait and see. But yeah, this is what I can expect for now, but I'm looking forward to this. April is going to be really cool. That's it for now, so let me know what you think, and see you guys next time.